So, a number of things are on my mind. Just got home, getting things sorted. One of the things I want to rattle off. If I wasn't surrounded by kids who are purposely misspelling words, shitting out emojis, etc., these presentations would be different. I wouldn't be dumbing things down for you. You'd get more out of this. But you guys aren't willing to rise to the fucking occasion. Because you didn't think about what I've been telling you long term. And or you only, digested one video. So here's the other point. The digital infrastructure. Yeah, all things digital. It's a fucking trap. Some of you might have gathered as much. It's always been a trap. It's the opposite of being human in every form and way, for lack of better words. There's more to that, of course. But again, why should I spoon feed you what I'm thinking when you guys are unwilling and or incapable of doing so on your own? Well, I didn't have to put that last bit in there, but you get the gist. I need to eat. This is also a bad way to put it, but we never put anything in writing, and I've said this before on the DARPA internet, nobody cares. We never put anything in writing to protect cognitive sovereignty, for lack of better words. Being human. Just like people aren't concerned with protecting, what would it be? Intellectual property. Because now anything that's associated with the DARPA internet is being mined by the AI. Because we didn't put anything in writing. Not to mention, if you and I were in fact free, we wouldn't be facing these agendas. Which lends itself to every single person who has told me, I'm not a slave, I'm a free person. I'm a sovereign citizen. Which is an oxymoron if you were born yesterday and you aren't very bright. Anything you leave on the DARPA internet, it's technically compromised. And this applies to what I leave on the DARPA internet. Which also means I probably shouldn't leave some of the really neat stuff that I would like to teach you in a digital format. I also shouldn't upload it to a private profile. Supposedly those are safe. That's not true. That's certainly not true. What would be an example? Supposedly in terms of Google tracking. You could turn off Google tracking and it wouldn't track you. But as it turns out, it was just a test. The people pulling our strings were just trying to see how many people would turn it off. And essentially they got put on a list. So do consider the fact that we were trained to profile ourselves. Because every single one of us who has thrown ourselves under the bus, I mean myself, obviously myself included, we're on a list. We're problematic. And there will be a time where there will be a culling. These people are going to clean house. So that all the kids who shit out emojis and, intentionally misspell words and march in lockstep and are more than willing to repeat whatever they're fucking told, sold, and urged to repeat, bad way to put it, or regurgitate, they're going to abide by the rules. They're going to comply. They're going to obey. Because comply is just a rebranding of obey because our masters are laughing at us. But the rest of us, we're going to be dead. And or hunted. That's what's coming. Here's a fucking example. In the old days when you saved, quote unquote, media, which has been rebranded as content to pave the way for what? Social credit slavery, because we are being groomed, we are being trained, we are being programmed. Same fucking garbage. You'd save something to your phone, yeah? And I'm trying to see if I got an example here that I could use. It's something that would be intuitive. Let me see if I got anything else lying around here. White, black, not so much. I'm gonna have to just do it this way. Do this. Maybe we'll just throw an odd duck in there. Not the best example, but let me see if I can spit it out too, because my brain flips these things. None of these are in your phone yet, yeah? But say you, this is the order of appearance, in other words. This would be the earliest media, this would be media a couple months from now, and this would be media, well, maybe I should do it this way. Media at the beginning of the year, media at the middle of the year, media at the end of the year. And if you need to hear it, content at the beginning of the year that you download. Content that you download in the middle of the year. And content you download at the end of the year. Okay? So say you've downloaded all of these to your phone, and say you've altered some of these. That's one way to put it. Say you've altered this, and who cares? Because that was the first one. It's going to sit in your phone. It's still going to be in the same placement. Yeah? And I don't think I'm doing this well, because I probably need more examples than this, and this is a shitty analogy. The point of this shitty analogy is these things are being stacked based on when we essentially interacted with them, not based on when we alter them. So say I altered the one from the middle of the year, it should replace this one because I just fucking altered it. But it's not going to. At least it doesn't in my phone. You should compare and contrast. Instead, it's still going to be in this placement because our masters are going to put people's heads on a chopping block based on not recursive, not retroactive. Is it retroactive? No, it's not retroactive. What's the word that I'm looking for? Like I said, I need to eat. Bear with me. When you say certain things on the DARPA internet right now, they're usually flagged immediately, roughly enough. But our masters are also, retroactively, that's what it is. Our masters are going back through the stack and retroactively flagging things from many, many years ago, which technically should be a breach of contract, but they always update the terms and services, blah, 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 blah. And none of that's for the people, by the people, because we never put anything in place to protect our cognitive sovereignty, for the lack of better words, being human. Which means, again, this isn't something that free people would have to contend with, but you and I are debt slaves working towards social credit slavery, and this is how things are. And it's only getting worse. So say that first thing I downloaded, from a year ago, say that was, bad. If it's on Instagram or something like that, it might be flagged and it might be thrown out. You might no longer have access to that. Same applies to if you had uploaded it. It's gone. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's gone. You put it on there and it was okay for a long time, but now it's not okay. You with me? Maybe. I mean, this is a horrible analogy. But these are being stacked. They're being ranked based on when you did these things. And if you think of these things as offenses, and you think of this in terms of 3 strikes, your head gets put on a chopping block and you get executed, it should fucking terrify you. Because that's why, if I'm not mistaken, this is what it is. And if I took this and I edited it, not in Photoshop, but say InShot, the app, it should pop up here because I just did it today. But it's going to fall back right here. The brand new edit will fall back to the same time frame because our masters want to know when you did these things. Because they could take you into a kangaroo court and say, well, it's right here. There's a timestamp. You fucked up. You're dead. And why would you be dead? Because you agreed to their terms and services instead of standing up and doing the right thing. This is why people should be fighting for freedom of speech and being human in every form and fucking way. But they're not.